Hi folks, hope you're well. Just a quick video. So, okay. I've often done videos talking about Manchester United and the church. Well, the reason is because what's going on, Man United is a club that's in failure, and it's been in failure for a long, long time, where it has owners that really don't seem to care and haven't cared for a long, long time, that have, by their own decisions, been knackering the club for years and years and years and years and years. So, yeah. Well, they've been bringing in players for managers who are only going to get sacked because they don't spend too much time focusing upon the managers to bring in based upon the skills of the manager and what the club needs right now. They haven't done any of that. They've had money men making decisions, looking at the managers available, looking at the ones who can, who looks like a good fit for the image of the club more than, so which manager is going to make more money for the club? Yeah. And so, when you do business that way as a club, you're going to fail. And as I say, I have to keep on going back to this with a church because there were so many terrible examples of how to do church. That whole idea of you've got a church that's nearly dead, that's basically on a life support machine as a church. It doesn't have a pastor. It's in a really bad state. And so, what do? You bring in someone who's going to be a part-time minister. You bring in someone from America who already has commitments in the church in America and a church in Mexico. Long-term commitments that he will still have to deal with while being the pastor and teacher and everything at this church in Elgin. This church that is nearly dead, you think that's a good fit for it? I would like to think that if Jeff wasn't the mate, the friend of the person deciding, he would never have been considered for the position based upon the commitments he already had. But unfortunately speaking, I don't think that's true. I don't. Because I have no idea whatsoever as to what were the points of decision making from the person deciding who would be the next pastor of that church. I certainly don't believe any of it had to do with what God wanted. Not at all. And so, all of it is just sort of, okay. As I say, you have this lack of don't know what the word would be. Because certainly the people running United, all they've wanted to do is get money out of it, the Glazers. That's what they've wanted for them and the shareholders, just to get money out. All the shareholders cared about was money coming out. Now, of course, the church, I don't think that's the case with church. I don't know. I don't know what the case is. I know that the person deciding was a former pastor of that church, who was the one who was deciding. He wasn't the last pastor, that was leading the church to near death. That wasn't him. He was the one, either the pastor before that one or the one before that one. But he was brought in. I think it's quite likely he had already retired as a pastor. And it's quite likely he was just blinking tired. And he just wanted to find someone who could come in and take it over. Yeah. Because that's going to happen a lot. Of course it is. Yeah. Well, as I say, if what the people want is safe space Christianity, then why go to too much effort in finding the right person? Find someone who's been trained according to Bible college and all this lot. Find someone who's already in a sort of safe space church. And say, well, you'll do them because you know the understanding of safe space, don't you? Yeah, it's comfortable Christianity. You know that. You're doing that already, so therefore you'll do. If you've got a church that's demanding that they want someone who is of God, and someone who's going to challenge them and help them to get right with God, well, then, of course, you have to look a bit further and a bit deeper to try and find that right person. You might even have to go to God over it. But, yeah. So, as I say, there are similarities between, having the wrong people making decisions, having people who are not qualified, really, to do that. And, well, it's a that will do. It's the same with managers from Man United. They've always gone with a that will do. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is, it never did. The that will do never really did. And that's why they had to sack all the managers, because it never really did. And so therefore the that will do never worked. But they kept on doing it for a long time. Whether what they've done now with this new man, whether he's the right one, don't know. So there you go. Enjoy. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing, be blessed, and have a fantastic week ahead. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.